Hello everyone and welcome to this month's edition of our video book reviews. I'm Nilson Searcy, founder of ChurchLeaderInsights.com and your host for these monthly book reviews where we look at some of the best books for Christian leaders that are available today. And I'm happy to be here today with Steve Reynolds. Steve is the senior pastor of Capital Baptist Church. And Steve, you've got a brand new great book with a wonderful title called Bod for God.
Bod for God.
I'll give everybody just a chance to think about that. Bod for God. And the subtitle of this book is The 4 Keys to Weight Loss. And so Steve, why don't you tell everybody why you wrote this book?
Well, basically I've struggled with weight all my life. I actually weighed over 100 pounds in first grade. But I got involved in sports, particularly football, and ended up going to Liberty University as a football player, full scholarship player. And then in 1982 I graduated from the seminary at Liberty, came here to Northern Virginia to start a brand new church. Well, I made a terrible choice, and that was I was no longer going to exercise. I was tired of it. I was burned out. I started the church. The good news is the church grew. The bad news is I grew. And I actually got up to 4 years ago, 340 pounds. I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, and I said, you know what? I've got to do something about my health. I'm literally digging my grave with a knife and a fork and an ice cream spoon. And so what I did is I went to the Bible, and I tell people, I'm a pastor. Perhaps you're a pastor. I tell people, you know what? The answer is in the Bible. And I thought, well, maybe the answer is in the Bible for me. And so I took the word body in the Bible, and I studied that one word. And out of that, I developed 4 keys to weight loss, or 4 keys to a better body. I started applying those to my life, and the result was now I've lost 117 pounds. I no longer have diabetes. I no longer have high blood pressure. I no longer have high cholesterol. God has restored my health and given me a new energy for life and living.
Yeah, and I want to brag on the book. This is mainly about Steve and about his book, but I've been using the same principles from this book, and since Easter of 2009, I've lost over 65 pounds as well by following these principles. So I love this book, and Steve has a tremendous heart for pastors, and the truth is, all of us in ministry, we struggle with weight. There's people in our church who struggle with weight, and it's an area that we don't preach on often enough. And so this book is a great resource for preaching as well. And so Steve, it says, the 4 keys to weight loss, and so I would be remiss if I didn't ask you to at least give us a quick overview of those 4 keys.
Right. Well, basically, when you talk about preaching, we need to understand the word bodies in the Bible 179 times. So the Bible says a lot about our bodies. So this is an area we can't neglect. I mean, it is a biblical concept, managing our bodies. Well, basically, the 4 keys, and I use the acrostic D-I-E-T. D-I-E-T, diet, okay? Basically, the D stands for dedication. Now, dedication is honoring God with your body. I is inspiration. That's where you motivate yourself for change. Change is not easy. You got to have the right motivation. And then E is for eat and exercise. And basically, that's managing your habits and realizing that, hey, it's not going to be a pill. It's not going to be a potion. It's basically you got to eat less and exercise more. I wish it was different, but it's not. And then the T, that's my favorite one. T is for team, and that's building a circle of support. 2 are better than 1 when it comes to health.
Well, this book has been getting a lot of publicity. Steve's been on Fox News, you've been on Good Morning America, you've been on the front page of the Washington Post, right?
Yes, sir.
And God's really been blessing this. And one of the things that Steve has developed is an entire church campaign around Bod for God, and you call it Lose to Live.
Losing to live, where Jesus taught us. He said, you got to deny yourself, take up the cross, and follow me if you want to live. And so it's about losing to live, me denying myself to follow Him and to follow His Word.
So I would encourage you, number 1, pick up the book. You can buy it at Amazon.com. You can actually find it in major bookstores like Barnes & Noble, Borders, places like that. If you can't find it there, you can always look for it online, or you can go to Steve's website, which is bod, B-O-D, 4, the number 4, God.org.
Yes, Bodforgod.org.
And on that site, you can not only find out about the book, but you can find out about this church-wide campaign. And so, Steve, as we wrap up, tell us about how this church-wide campaign has impacted Capital Baptist Church here in Washington, D.C.
Yeah. Well, basically, number 1, it's been an effective way to lose weight. We've lost now over 9,000 pounds as a church. But beyond that, and what gets me so excited is the community impact. People out here, I'm telling you, they're looking for an answer in this area. and they don't care if it's got the label church or Christian or Bible, it doesn't matter, okay? They are desperate, and they will come. And these days, it's our #1 way of reaching new people and seeing lives change. So not only is it effective in helping people lose weight, it's helping them to come to Christ and be discipled in our church. And I'm telling you, it's exciting. It adds a whole new dimension to church life, and it's relevant. I believe, Nelson, I've heard you say, you believe one of the great felt needs that we can use to reach the community is financial, because the Bible gives us financial principles to abide by. But I also think a tremendous felt need is health. And if we can use this to reach people for Christ, we can be very, very effective. And that's what we're seeing here, and many other places are doing the same thing and having tremendous results. You can get the starter kit only at my website. Starter group is a starter kit, and that's at bodforgod.org. You can get the book almost anywhere, but the starter kit, the starter group, is just on our website.
Yeah, so I would encourage you to check out that website. I've gotten to know Steve. He's been a part of my coaching network. He's now a coaching alumni, and he's not only helped our network, he's helped me with weight loss and health issues, and this has been a campaign that we found helpful at the Journey Church in New York City as well. So I'm happy to recommend this book to you this month, Bod for God by Steve Reynolds. Thanks for joining us for this month's episode of the Book Review.